Hi, everyone. In the last video, I showed you how to create survey invitations and manage the survey invitations. In this video, which will probably be a fairly quick one, I'm going to show you how to receive responses and download those and then generate your reports. So when a family clicks on the link in their email address, they're going to get brought to the survey screen and they'll be able to fill out the survey. So I will just fill out a survey for a second as a family, and then you can I can show you how the responses get downloaded and so on. So I'm just going to go through. I will just select some responses here and fill out my survey here. And I'm just going to select some options. And I'll just make a few there. Where there are comment boxes, they have the ability to add comments. So no comments come to mind. I'll just put some stuff in. And I'm going to say here, so I'm just filling out the survey quickly. I would say agree. And overall experience greatly exceeded. Indicate in here all these are important. Say I was not placed on the wait list. By the way, I should mention this as well. If they select other here, you'll notice that this box becomes activated, and then it's mandatory for them to enter the information that's there. So I'm going to say here, yes, I'm interested in becoming an ambassador, and I will just put in the email address. I don't even know how to spell meow anymore. And okay, so we've just filled out a survey here. Say done. And the survey has now been submitted, and it goes into a queue. If the family tries to access the survey again, so if they try to reload the survey, I'm just going to point this out to you. They will get a message here that the survey has already been completed. And in the first video, I explained to you actually where you can put your own message in here if you want to. So this is the default message that goes in here, but you can put your own text in here as well if you want to add some additional information for the benefit of the family. So that's just to show you here that when they do try to re-access it again, that they can't. So I'm now going to go into GRMHIS, and on the tools menu, there is an option here that says manage survey invitations and results. And when I click on this here, I get a series of tabs and options here that I can fill out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to change my dates back here. I'm going to go to 2023. I think I had an expired survey, and I'm going to go see here. So I have, these are all the invitations for the new family survey that was sent out. There is a repeat family survey that was sent out. So I can check per survey, I can find the invitations. This was an invitation that I sent out earlier. These are all interactive. So if I were to double click on any one of these, it will load me that survey invitation. So this family has already completed the survey, so I can't edit it. This one here, I can still edit it. It was sent out today. So if I wanted to make changes, I can still edit it as well. So this tool allows me to just manage the invitations that were sent in a period of time for a particular survey. So I've got all of these responses here. Now, I have this one survey that I had filled out. So if I click the download button, it identifies that there's one response available to be downloaded. I'm going to say, yes, I want to download it now. And you'll see here now that my James Smith, which happened to be the family that I filled out, is now marked as complete. So that's, and if I double click on it here, I'm going to say this family has completed the survey. The invitation can't be edited any longer. So that's the download. If I click download again, it says there's no new downloads available. If I go to responses received, this just gives me a listing of the questions that belong to the survey and how many responses I've received for each. I can't do anything with this. This is just for information purposes. But what I wanted to show was there's a series of options here that I can produce reports for. If I go back to invitations sent, and I set up my date parameters here and I select the survey, if I go to the preview button here, I now get a report that shows me my participation for this family experience survey. So I get all the ones that were completed, the ones that are expired, and then anything that might be outstanding as incomplete would also be listed on here. So I have quite a high percentage of participation for this one here, and just one that the survey expired and they never filled it out. So this is the survey participation report. For responses received, if I preview this report, this is a breakdown of the responses that were given to each question. So I have question 1, how did you first hear about staying at this chapter? 1 person said from a doctor, 3 said from a social worker, 1 from RMHC advertising. How long did you stay? 1 said 1 to 3 nights, 3 said 4 to 7 nights, 1 said 8 nights to 1 month. And for this is one of the matrices, the rating scales. So 2 families said that the comfort and cleanliness of the room was poor, and 3 said it was very good. 2 said the noise level was below average, 1 said it was good, 2 said it was very good, and so on and so forth. So I can go to each of these. Where there were comments, I have the ability to see the comments that were provided right here. They're not tied to any specific question. It's just a listing of the comments that were provided, as well as each of them that's here. If I go to the very end, I also have, are you interested in becoming, hearing about and becoming an RMHC ambassador? I have here 5 yeses, but you'll notice that I can't actually see the email addresses. That's in a separate report that you'll find out in a second. So this is the survey responses received, which is just the numbers version. There is also a chart version of that report. So if I select the charts option, I now can see the survey responses breakdown. So for each question, 1 from a doctor, 3 from a social worker, 1 from RMHC advertising. And then how long did you stay? Those options are there. Where comments were optional, they are also available. I can't remember which one it was. Right here. So here's the comments that will show. So for the rating scales, you're going to see the question. So this is the question for each process below. Select the option that best describes your experience. And by the way, where you're seeing chapter here, that's a placeholder that you can use, and GRMHIS will stick it in there for you. I had to do this in order to be able to create a generic set of surveys that I distributed with GRMHIS. You can go through and edit the surveys and remove the words chapter and put in your chapter name there. If you don't, GRMHIS will still stick in your chapter name for you. So for this question, select the option that best describes your experience. So the ease of process to get a room, 1 said don't know, 4 said very good. For ease of check-in, 3 said good, 2 said very good, and all the other ones would have been no's. There would have been no answers to those. Ease of checkout, 3, 1, 1, etc. So it generates those bars for you. And then again, your comments and all that are part of that report. As with all other reports, you can print, email, export to Excel, or a CSV. The charts, if you want to email a chart, for the charts, you would just have to click on charts and then press the email button here. Or if you want to export it to a PDF, for example, you can export it right there or print it. So these options here are for this version of the report, which is the numeric version of the report. Comments received. So you can just see all the comments here, and then you can also produce a report that lists all the comments that were given and the date that you received those comments on. So a single report to generate that. And then the contact information received. So these are the people that actually said yes, they would be interested in becoming an ambassador. And I can produce a report of the email addresses that I want to use, or I can export them to Excel if I wanted to. So with other screens too, so I can select the survey, can set my date range, and I can also select which location I'm downloading this. I'm viewing the reports for, and if I want to view it across the entire chapter, I would select all locations and go from there. If you want a little bit more granular control, under the reports module, there is also a section here for surveys. It has 5 reports, so responses received. You can select specific locations if you want to. So rather than all or just one, you can select combinations thereof. Same as on the other screen, you can set your date parameters and also pick which surveys you want to display. And so if I go to responses received here, this gives me a listing of all the responses received. And for some reason or other, my computer's decided to misbehave. There we go. So it's the same reports. So if I go to the graphs or charts, there are the graphs that are there for each one of them. Okay, so all of those reports are available under the reports screen as well. So either reports or tools manage. So again, in order to download, if you get a notification that there are answers that have been given that you want to download, you would just come here to download. Or if you just want to do it in the middle of the week and check to see if there are any responses, you can simply come here and hit the download button and download your responses and produce reports and review things as you would need to. If you just need to manage some invitations, so if you say, oh, who did I send invitations for the new family survey out in the last while? You can pick your date parameters and you can see, and you can make edits or so on as well. So if I go here to the self-identification survey, I've got one that was sent this morning. I can make changes to it. I can even view the survey if I want to from there. And that's how you manage your survey responses.